Welcome back. We're going to be talking about the new auto select feature inside of Photoshop today. And this is really cool. It's one of the first times that Adobe has attempted an auto select of a subject. And they did a pretty good job at it. I can still consider it a rough selection tool. I'm going to still go in and refine it using the lasso and the quick selection tool, but it's really saving a lot of time. So let's take a look at it. First thing we have to do is figure out where it is. Now, the first place that you'll find it is the definitive select menu down to subject. What they mean here is select subject or auto select subject. So just remember subject. So I'm going to click subject. Now I'm going to wait and let it process. Don't do anything. Just be patient. There it comes. So you can see it auto-selected the subject, and the auto part means that I did not tell it what the subject was. It found the subject and then selected it. Now later on I'm going to show you a couple samples where it did not do so well. But for this one, it did pretty good. So let's take looks like there's a little bit of an area right in the top of her head and at the base of his face and his cheek and down over here by the hose in his hand. But we can very quickly fix that. So I'm going to zoom up on this and I'm going to go grab my quick selection tool. Going to bump that out just a little bit. There we go. Got to bump that out just a little bit. And if you're not familiar with this tool, this is one of the most important selection tools that there is in Photoshop. So we need to learn that. I'm going to switch this to a minus or a subtract and kind of fill that back in again. I'm going to slide over here using my space bar and drag. And I'm going to switch to that negative subtract. There we go. Much better. I'm going to zoom back out. Great. So we have a good subject, and you can see how quickly and easy that was. The key here is how quick that Photoshop created that initial selection for me then to go and refine it. Now I'm going to deselect this, and so let's take a look at another place you can find this. Notice that I clicked on the quick selection tool. Well, in the options bar, there happens to be a select subject button here. Now it's not in every selection tool. It's only in these two, the quick selection and the magic wand. Select subject. So you'll only find it on the options bar of those two tools. Let me go back to, say, the lasso tool, and you'll notice that it's not in this bar here. Don't confuse it with select and mask. That's a different feature. Okay, so now let's take a look at some pictures that, don't do too well. So if you look at this picture, how is Photoshop going to auto-select the subject? In fact, what is the subject of an image like this? So let's see what happens. Let's go up to Select, Subject, and we'll wait for it. Oh, here we go. In fact, this one's so bad we get a message. We could not find a subject to select in this layer. Make sure that the current layer has a prominent object before using select subject. So basically, it even just says, I can't do it. Let's click over to another image here. This one's going to be interesting. Let's go and try this one. Select subject. And we get something that's not even remotely close. So I've got a selection here, a little selection here, and here. So absolutely useless. But at the same time, we can't expect it to. I mean, what is the subject? It's just a big pile of chains going this way and that way. Is there one length the subject? Is one color the subject? Most people wouldn't even know what the subject was. So I'm going to deselect that one as well. Let's go to another one. This one has some good subject matter in it here. Let's give it a try. Select subject. Wait, be patient. And, well, technically that rock is part of our subject. But of course, it did not include the wave, which probably would be the main subject. So the question really is what is the subject? Is it the wave? Is it this rock? Is it this cliff here? Is it the trees? Is it the sky and the ocean out here? Well, we as humans, as people, we know what the subject is, but Photoshop does not. So it is a wonderful tool only if there is a pronounced, distinct object that we consider the subject. I'm going to deselect that again. So I'm going to go back to that original picture. Now let's just compare this to our traditional quick selection tool. So I'm just going to drag, kind of brush inside of her and then over to him. And let's just see what the results with this would be. Now you'll notice that's getting a little too much here. Oop, let's go ahead and do that here. I know from the last time we had to do that. But now we have to subtract this area here. So I'm going to come up and subtract this area down here. Oops, too much. Let's add that back in. Coming back up from the bottom. Okay, we're getting there. And let's subtract this area over here on the hose. Looks like it grabbed a lot more hose than the auto select had earlier. Again, we're taking a lot longer to do this than the initial auto plus my small refinements. Okay, so still need quite a bit of work on, not quite a bit of work on, but some work on this. But as you can see, it took a lot longer. So in this case, auto select plus some small refinement editing, and we've got a pretty good selection. So try to use it. Now, the important thing is that this is only available in the latest versions of Photoshop CC 2018. So make sure you go and update to the latest version. Otherwise, you may not see this new button here inside of the quick selection or the magic wand tool. And do remember, it's not in any other tool. It's not in any of the lassos. It's not inside of any of the marquees. So you can only find it in the options bar here in the quick selection tool. All right, well, thank you so much.